Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am joined by a marvellous pair of musicians from a very renowned local musical family. We've got Dave Senior McGerty and Dave Junior. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Steve.
It's nice to see you. It's lovely to see Dave Junior there in the garden.
Yeah, he's in my garden as well.
Yeah, that's great.
That's
Beauty of live recording. Most of you who listen to the show will know that Dave and I have both chatted a few times in the past, but I'm particularly excited about the news with the new album that's coming out for Fortissimo, which yourselves have created the music.
Indeed, yeah. We're a bit excited as well, Steve.
Yeah. How does the process differ for classical music, and who out of the two of you has the most influence on the actual production of the music?
It doesn't really differ from any other genre, really. It's pop music at the end of the day still. You know, you're looking for a strong melody.
Yeah.
So even though it's classical and it's different instruments, you're still looking for that commerciality, that rememberable tune.
Who is the most inspirational for the classical music?
It really is 50-50, Steve. We both love classical music. I happened to learn it a lot at piano lessons when I was a kid.
Yeah.
David's grown up with it as well. And I mean, as David said, it really is not that much different to pop music. If you try and make it as commercial as you can.
Yeah.
And as I say, it really is 50-50. Quite often, David will write one segment.
Yeah.
And I'll write another segment to match or whatever.
Right.
And sometimes we just, get together and we do the whole thing as one. In various ways, really, but it's very much a 50-50 situation.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
how was the relationship with Fortissimo started? I mean, it's developing quite well, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Well, I was, we were looking for World, string quartet, to do the music that we were making. And to be quite honest, I just emailed them, sent them the tracks right out of the blue, and I was quite cheeky about it, really.
Yeah.
And they loved our stuff, and that really, is what happened. I mean, first of all, so that's the
It does kind of lend itself. Your music lends itself to their particular genre with the strings. I find it, I'll be honest, particularly hypnotic. I love it. And the greatest thing, I find that you are both part of the Greek tourism board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate, that's I couldn't get that last one. See the last bit.
I was just saying, I particularly like the type of the music, Dave. I love the string part of it. I love the way that they play. But it's nice to find that both of you are part of the Greek tourist board.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I see what you mean. That was a bit of miss.
Yeah.
The Greek tourist board has actually taken one of our songs on, and hopefully it will get played all around the world and encourage people to go to Greece.
Yeah, but you never know. Do you not get a free holiday out of it, Dave?
Well,
that would be nice. We need to relook at the contract, don't we?
Yeah. That would be a good thing. Something kind of a bit that's interesting me. When you've got a father and son that work together, who's always right?
Both of us. Both of us, but me at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the nice part of it. And I mean, again, we're only missing Tan, really, as part of your musical family. Dave, this is more for Dave Jr. What is it like growing up in such a musical background?
It's been fantastic. Without even realising, you're suddenly starting to write little tunes in your head as you're growing up. You know, you don't know where they're coming from. But obviously, as the years have gone by, you've gone to gigs with your dad, watched him play, watched him rehearse, helped him move his gear. It's all going in the whole time. And before you know it, you know, you're musical without even trying almost, you know. It's,
I've listened to quite a lot of your compositions, both the classical and the kind of pop things and the soul stuff. I think it's wonderful to have that sort of ability to do that. It seems to come natural. So this is probably more for you again, Dave. Being young and having your dad there and doing all that, you're obviously around musicians most of your life. Was it almost as though you fell into it or you were drawn to it?
A bit of both, really. Drawn to it, yeah. Obviously, with Dad in Chapter 5, there was that little bit of history there. And going out and watching him play locally as well. It's all around you all the time, and you can't help but start down that path, you know. It was never forced upon us at all.
I know you've had a couple of bands yourself,
it was there in the background.
Sorry, I interrupted there. I was going to say, I think you've had a couple of bands yourself, haven't you?
Yeah, well, obviously Dad was a big inspiration, and I started to learn guitar around sort of 15-ish, and eventually worked my way up into getting into a local group called In India, that were like a pop covers band back in the 80s, and we did a few years around the local clubs here.
Oh yeah, I remember. I remember. Obviously, I was extremely young at the time, but I do.
Absolutely, weren't we all?
I do remember. Yeah,
even I was.
That went really well, and 3 of us decided we want to take it a little bit further, and that's when we moved a little bit closer to London and formed a group called the Love Garden, and we had a couple of years down south having a go, trying to get a record deal. Yeah, and we never got signed, but we had a really good time, and we supported 1 or 2 quite big names, the Cranberries, Big Country, Sam Brown. Brilliant. So we had a go, Steve. We didn't quite get there, but we had a lot of fun along the way.
Exactly. As long as it's all about the enjoyment, which kind of brings me back to you, Dave. This is confusing, by the way, having 2 Daves. Dave Senior. You never ever seem to have lost the passion, Dave.
No, I haven't, Steve. It's you live and breathe it once you've got it, and you know as a performer, Steve, you know exactly how it feels, mate, don't you?
Yeah, I think it's difficult for everyone.
What's the igniting the passion, mate, as my kids, you know? Yeah. To see that passion coming back at me and thinking, hey, hang on, we can do some more here before I pop my clogs, you know. And that's the kids have both inspired me, you know, and it's amazing, really. And we've inspired each other, I know. But David was very kind when he said I inspired him, but he's inspired me just as much. And
that's a wonderful thing. I mean, I know you are a very close family, and that's lovely to see. It must have been difficult through lockdown, both for you as families, but also your creativity tends to take a different venue, I think.
Well, in a sense, Steve, yes, but we had stuff that we had in the pipeline, and I had a chance to actually, because we couldn't get together, rather than sit twiddling thumbs, we've made some nice sort of new material from stuff that was bubbling away in the background. Yeah. So it wasn't wasted at all.
No, that's right.
Now we're going full power again, you know?
Yeah, this is probably a kind of a tongue-in-cheek question, but which would you consider to be your favourite of the classicals that you just released?
Ooh, that is quite difficult.
It's a toughie.
Yeah.
I think on the new Fortissimo CD, my favourite out of the 4 would be probably Marrakesh. It's got that little bit of rock
I like
element.
that. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I love it. I think that's great. Obviously I've listened to it, but it almost takes you to Marrakesh.
Yeah, well, that was the idea. We always knew we wanted to write something in that style, and hopefully we've done the job with that one.
I mean, I must admit, I listened to quite a few classical things, but yours in particular. With Fortissimo, you can almost close your eyes and imagine these blokes with big tall hats and long white dresses dancing around on a Greek island.
Yeah,
it is very much for that. Right. I'm going to close now because we're kind of run out of time, and it's lovely to have you both on. We must do this again sometime. The CD, when is it going to be available for download or for purchase?
The 1st of August, Steve.
Wonderful.
CD Baby and all the main ones.
Yeah. Have you got a contact for Fortissimo, the webpage or the Facebook?
Yeah, you can order the CD, the proper CD, you know, which is I've got to say is a beautiful thing. It's lovely packaged. and that's info@fortissimo.gr. That's their email address.
Wonderful.
So that's info@fortissimo.gr.
Great stuff.
For Greece, presumably. And if you go, they can find the web page, the Facebook page very, very easily. And you get all the latest videos, and also they'll tell you how to download from there, and they'll certainly make sure you get a copy should you want one.
Wonderful. What I'm going to do is actually share that on our Cando FM webpage as well, and gigs and events, so that if anybody wants to contact the girls, they want to leave some comments or get some information, that's going to be on there, and it'll just keep getting circulated round, as you know. Can I just say thank you so much for joining me? It's nice to see you both kind of in the same vicinity.
Nearly.
Yeah, maybe next time we can invite Tan along. We can do a proper family interview.
Definitely.
It's been a real pleasure, Steve, as it always is. And you've been very supportive, mate. And you've been getting to see the post.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of go back inadvertently an awful long way, Dave, I think. Like with your dad and everything, yeah. And my father, it's kind of surprising. I walk all around Barrow and I can still see my dad and your dad on the work that was carried out there. The stuff that they're working on, the coast road.
I always remember the Bow Bridge incident, which is, that really tickled me, Steve.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant. Inspirational. Dressing up as a monk.
Yeah,
and we do the bridges. Well,
you forget that your father's had a bit of fun as well, mate, don't you?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Thank you so much
thank you,
for joining
Steve.
me. It's been absolutely brilliant. Cheers, guys.
Enjoy.
Cheers.